Hello and welcome, everyone, as we kick off this month's live stream. I'm Andrea Kennedy, Reiki Master Teacher, and you probably see me around as Mainstream Reiki. That's me. Came to Reiki from science, and I just welcome you here. We're going to take some time today to help you. And, can't lie, it always helps me too. So that's a wonderful benefit about Reiki. When we offer Reiki, to someone else or other people, we benefit as well. And so it's always a joy to come together with you regardless. But Reiki is just so beneficial and cannot do harm. We come here every month together for this live event. It's different every single time. And you can find the replays and the edited replays that I shorten up just to have the meditation for you. And I'll add music to this one as well. That way you have a choice on the Mainstream Reiki YouTube channel. You can watch the full event replays as well as the edited shortened versions with music. Today I won't be playing music so that you can decide if you would like to have silence or perhaps play music if you have another way to do that. All right. So we will do this meditation and share together. Oh, I've seen some chats here already. I'll say hi in just a moment. But an overview today is that we will do this live Reiki meditation and share. And what do I mean by share? Well, I'm going to share Reiki with you throughout. And you're also always invited to name to yourself, to include anyone who has your heart's attention. And we can offer the energy, the Reiki energy, to those people, those animals, situations as well. And so, whether you're live with me or you're watching the replay, you can simply intend to invite the Reiki to help those people, animals, events, and all of that, if you choose. Or you can just simply take this time for yourself and receive for your highest good. That's what we do here. It's all for your highest good. All right. And what is so cool is we've got people from all around the world. Cheryl Marie, I know you're out in California. Welcome. Sandra, oh, Canada. And let's see, I know I saw Arizona, Massachusetts. Misbehaving, hello. Always love to see you here. And you know what is so neat? Some of you are here every single month. Hi, Kristen. Good to see you. Hi. So beautiful to see you all. Sorel is saying, is Reiki more powerful on new, full eclipse moons, etc.? Well, let's find out because we're a few days away from the big solar eclipse. And I don't know how it is in the rest of the world, but here in the US, it's like everywhere I turn, it's eclipse fever. I mean, even on mainstream news and everything, it's all they're talking about, it seems like. So, is it like that where you are? It's just all eclipse all the time. I even know people who are traveling to other states so that they can, be in the full eclipse area, or see the totality, I guess is what it's called. So yeah, so Cheryl Marie going to Buffalo. That's right. I used to live out there, but yeah, they get totality there. It's, I guess, a pretty big deal, but I'm wondering if you're out in, the UK or Australia or something like that. Maybe they're not even talking about it. Farah, that would be a question for you. Or Joanna, uh, are they even talking about it in the UK? Is it a thing there, or is it only over here in the US? I don't know. Anyway, maybe you can tell us in the comments, and we can check that later. Okay, so I kind of went off on a tangent there. All right. So I'm excited to be here. After we do our meditation and share, we'll end it in about 25 minutes or so. I don't know. It's different every time, so I have no idea. I'll hang around and we will see if we have any announcements or anything going on. And then I'll stay for the rest of the hour and you can ask me anything. How about that? So I always love to hear your questions, and I'll do my best to give you answers that make some sense for you and help you out, whatever that is. So you can be thinking of your questions or put them in a little bit later. All right, so here we go. Yeah. Oh, Jan, thank you. She says, not heard a thing about the eclipse in the UK. How about that? Isn't that interesting? Huh. Very interesting. All right. I think it is time for us to go ahead and get started. All right. Now, you can fully participate whether you know about Reiki or not. And I would invite you to just sit back and relax. You can be seated or laying down. And I want to take a moment that if you watch a replay of this, you can turn the volume down. Lately, I've been getting that question a lot on the channel. Certainly, you can turn it down. But anytime you change how you're interacting with the video, if you want to turn it down or dim it or anything like that, all you need to do is intend to fully receive everything that is offered for your highest good. That's it. So your intention is very key because you're sovereign in your energy. And so you're invited to set a clear intention, whether you're receiving Reiki or you're just going about your day. You get to decide how you're influenced by people, by situations. You actually get quite a say in how you experience the world. So sit back, relax, and simply intend to fully receive for your highest good. And if you have the ability to channel Reiki energy, you can certainly activate Reiki and begin offering it to yourself. But as we gather here, I'm going to begin offering you the highest frequencies of Reiki energy for your highest good. And it's engaging now. This energy is engaging with the outermost edges of your aura. And it's coming in closer now, filling your aura. And Reiki energy has the power to offer balance wherever there is imbalance. This can be in your aura, in your emotional bodies, mental bodies, physical body. Because Reiki is guided life force energy, it knows how to best help you. Fully enveloped in this energy, I'd invite you now to take a deep breath, seeing, feeling, imagining, and intending that you're breathing in this high frequency healing energy into your body. Healing from the outside in and the inside out, fully and completely immersed in this energy. You may feel sensations while tuning into your inner experience, or you may not. And the extent of this does not indicate the level of help that you're receiving. Take in another deep breath, filling yourself with this energy. And let us move through the body now as I offer you a Reiki session. As just as we are together, and I place my hands now at the crown of your head. Waves of Reiki energy enter in through your crown, which may be felt in your head, in your feet, or anywhere else. And we invite the Reiki energy to travel through time and space in all ways without limitation, as it finds the root causes for everything affecting you now. So much thinking, so much worry. You're invited to let go of the what if thinking and playing through all the scenarios in your mind. Allow this pattern to fall away. You're invited to trust in your ability to move through whatever life brings. In that moment, you will have everything you need. You will be capable and strong when it becomes necessary. And until then, you may relax and let it all go. Moving my hands now to your shoulders. the tension, the responsibility, being so hard on yourself. Accept this healing energy. You are worthy to receive love and compassion and freedom. Freedom from carrying all those things that you've thought would be helpful, but have not turned out that way. You're allowed and invited to shed all of that now. Loosening your shoulders, perhaps feeling lighter now. Focusing the Reiki energy now at your throat, no need to hold back on expressing who you are, communicating your own needs. And not apologizing anymore. When you are not guilty. You need not accommodate others with your words or your energy. You are strong and sovereign, and invite others to be also. Taking in another breath here, feeling the air move through your throat, loosening all that has been caught up in there, words not expressed, the energy of reliving conversations that are long past. You're free to let it all go. Placing my hands now over your chest and your lungs. Invited to take a breath here. The grief and loss and change that you've endured at times when you did not feel ready, when you felt forced. Invite the Reiki in now. For this life, for all lives. This Reiki energy is healing and blessing you, comforting you, illuminating you from within, recalibrating your energy field and flow to resonate in perfect balance, realigning at a pace that is gentle and appropriate for you, so that over time you become more in balance, more free, more clear in your vibration as your frequency rises, tuning you into greater levels of consciousness, knowing, sensing, and feeling. And I wrap your heart in my hands, offering you Reiki at your heart center. You're invited to let it penetrate the walls that you have built. Trying to protect yourself from the hurt and the pain, and perhaps walls constructed to keep you in a place of isolation and safety. Allow this energy to begin opening your awareness in new ways so you may see more of the light of who you really are, deserving of love, worthy of love, and capable of loving without condition. Invite this for you now. Forgive them, for they know not what they've done. From your soul's perspective, you're invited to trust in the light and shadow, that shall be in balance. The give and take, the hurt, the joy, all experience is integral to your soul's progression and your ascension, and you are strong and eternal. Placing my hands on your abdomen now, you're invited to see and feel, imagine and intend the light of this energy flooding in, bathing your abdomen. Your solar plexus, your sacral chakra and root, harmonizing these energy centers and their processes so that they work together to support your time here in your physical body, helping you to heal and balance your ego, which is necessary as you step forward in fulfilling your purpose on earth. You're learning and growing all the time, seeking knowledge and experience to expand your human mind and your soul connection. You have come so far, and you are invited to feel proud of yourself. Take a moment to reflect on all that you have done, all you have accomplished, and who you have become so far. You're invited to do this more often, to counterbalance the harshness that you sometimes judge yourself with. If you cannot let that practice go, then please spend time reflecting through a loving lens, placing my hands on the bottoms of your feet. And again, the flow of Reiki energy shines up through your feet. And you may feel sensations in your feet, your legs, your back, even the crown of your head, as Reiki guides itself to where it is most needed. So much you're ready to let go of. Allow everything to flow without attachment any longer. Allow yourself to just let everything go that no longer serves you. Allow it to come to my hands at the bottoms of your feet. Burdened no longer. Allow it all to go, and we offer it into Mother Earth. And the wisdom of the earth, the spirit of the earth knows exactly how to utilize and transmute all that you have relinquished. Your energy system is clearer, raising in vibration continually from this moment. You're invited to intend to connect with this energy freely at any time you wish. For this is universal energy, and the universe is within you. Sealing in this healing energy, the universal love and wisdom for you and all who have your heart's attention, all those you wish to receive who are open to it. We offer them all these blessings. And when you're ready, you may take a breath, bring your awareness to your eyes, and come back when you're ready. All right. Wow. How lovely. I didn't know we were going to do that this time. Just kind of do a Reiki session, but wow. Yeah, it was interesting from my perspective to see what was coming up for the group. Um, yeah. So some of that might have resonated with you and perhaps not because, we are doing a group here, but I'm moving this out of the way carefully because I'm going to talk with my hands. If you've been here before, you know that I do that. So got to kind of move my grid out of the way. That is my distant Reiki healing grid that I use. And if you're here, your name will be put in there. Oh, Nancy, so awesome to see you. Yeah. Hi, Renata. Yeah, you're welcome. Woo. Yeah, that was that. I don't know. I enjoyed that. I certainly do hope you did as well. Woo. I'm a little still out there. Really enjoyed that myself. I hope that you feel more peaceful. Um, there's a lot going on out there as usual. Um, but it's lovely to have you all here. Love seeing the comments there. Yeah. Oh, nice. Grief education, Kimmy Cat M. She's going to go into her grief education training. That seems like I'm hearing more about that lately. And um, I think that that is remarkable. Grief, I just want to say this really quickly, but, grief, it isn't just about losing loved ones. We can experience grief anytime. Uh, even let's say we get fired from a job and there's an ending there. We can have grief about that. You might, maybe not think about it like that, but it's any sort of loss at all, a change like that we have to adapt to, and things aren't the same as before. We can have grief about that. So, yeah. Um, I don't know if I have any announcements really. Um, I would say I've got Reiki classes out there. Um, oh yeah. And some of you might be interested in, I was just on a podcast, and that podcast was with Jane Asher, and we'll see if we can get the link for that. I have a wonderful uh, team here with me who helps me because if it was my brain doing this right now, couldn't do a thing. Let me just tell you. So big shout out to my help here, my assistants that I have. But Jane Asher's podcast, it's called The Next Room, and we talked about Reiki. So if you are interested in that, how I might explain it, because it was very much about Jane didn't know about Reiki. And so she was asking. So it's explaining Reiki, that kind of thing. So that's her podcast is called The Next Room. You can look it up on any of the podcast apps, and she has a YouTube channel. Also linked it in my last newsletter. So the newsletter just came out. You know what? The newsletter comes out 2 days before we do the live stream every month. Yeah. So, oh, there it is, magically in the chat. Thank you so much. Um, the YouTube version of the podcast. So you might, Jane. I love Jane, and she was on Beyond the Reiki Gateway too. My podcast. So I had her on. She had me. It's really kind of fun. Very cool. All right. I guess with that, let's start Q&A because we only have 18 minutes. So, yeah. Do we have any questions? Yeah. Any kind of questions? Um, do crystals enhance Reiki energy? Oh, they totally can. Well, here's the thing. Okay, I'm being corrected. So, I tune in and I get answers. And so I have my Andrea brain, and I'm like, oh, yes, they totally do. And it's like, you know, say something different there, be more accurate. So let me say what that is. And it's this. Crystals have their own vibration. Crystals have their own power to them, and so they don't make Reiki stronger. They complement Reiki. So this is how it's coming through. This is what's coming through. So this is what I'm going to answer. So you know how, yeah, so Reiki is a complementary therapy, right? And what does that mean? It means it goes perfectly with any other traditional sort of treatment. So let's say there's someone and they are undergoing cancer treatment, like chemotherapy or something like that. They can have Reiki uh, treatment, and it helps them go through that treatment better, right? So Reiki can help other treatments work better. Now, switch to your question. Crystals can help alongside other treatments. Reiki is one of them for better results. So here's the difference. Crystals don't enhance the Reiki. Crystals bring their own good stuff to the session. Okay? Does that make sense? Yeah, because Reiki is Reiki. We can add it to different things. You can add it to massage or reflexology or sound healing. Whatever it is you want to do, but they are different. So a lot of Reiki practitioners do utilize crystals in their sessions, and that's great. But each one has their place for sure. Yeah. Hi, Andrea. Do you use other energy healing modalities or techniques? Um, Whoa. Okay, so this is an interesting question for me. Um, this is going to be a weird answer, but I'm going to say this. Um, I'm going to say I'm going to say yes and no. So I'm a fan of tuning forks. I like tuning forks, biofield healing. Yep. Um, So, yeah, because I'm thinking about what I do. So I receive Reiki from people. Occasionally, I have tuning for what biofield tuning. I also have a different sort of an energy healing that I sometimes do as a client, that kind of thing. So I guess, yeah, I guess that's my answer to that. Yeah, I do. Yeah. I love tuning forks too, Lady Ann. They're really cool. Um, I don't have my glasses on, so this maybe I can make my screen bigger. There we go. Oh, that's helpful. Okay, how to make our own grid while doing Reiki. I'm your student. Please guide which crystal we should keep. Which crystal we should keep. Mm, so we talk about um, building a crystal grid in the master class that I teach. But you can find tons of information out there and books and all of that. So how to make your own grid while doing Reiki. So I use the grid with you all here while I'm doing the Reiki. But if I was doing a session with a person, I really wouldn't use my grid then, right? Um, so I do it a little bit differently with you all. What I would say is choose a base for your grid. And so a base can be anything that you want it to be. And you were going to select crystals. Now mine, I on a previous live stream, I described why the guidance I received as to why I put this wood over the wooden part over hold on, this. So I have this. This is the world a picture of the world peace crystal grid, the way world peace crystal grid that William Rand made and put around the world. And so I have one of these underneath that wood base. And I was actually, you can get that, or you can go to reiki.org, and he has a photo that you can just print. And that's, you could do that for free. It would just be smaller. And what I would invite you to do is choose some crystals. Quartz is very good. I use quartz, and I use rose quartz now on my wooden lattice. You're going to need to cleanse your crystals. You charge your crystals with Reiki. You place your crystals around your grid, and you need a master crystal. You need also a larger crystal in the middle. And you're going to charge your master crystal with Reiki. And then you're going to engage with your grid. And you can draw Reiki symbols in the air over your grid, motioning them into your center crystal. And then you're going to move your crystal from the center crystal out, over, and back in. I know this is like super hurried and that kind of thing. But I also want to say, follow your guidance. This is your grid, right? There's no exact way it needs to be. But what I do is I start in the middle and I go out. I go over and back in so that I'm always coming back to my center crystal. And I go around and around like that. And I'll say affirmations like I charge this grid with Reiki, with Reiki, with Reiki to heal, to heal, to heal. And I like the number 3. So, I might say it 3 times or something like that, but that's just me. Now, as I said, though, you can use any sort of thing for a base. And maybe some people here are answering you also in the chat, which would be kind of cool, because everybody's got great ideas and perspectives. But you can utilize your base, your crystals, and there are books on how to build crystal grids. I have one myself called The Ultimate Guide to Crystal Grids, and you can find that on my Amazon shop on Amazon. I've got some ideas there for you. So if you're a Reiki practitioner, I have other ideas there as well. But or if you just are into spiritual things or looking for books, that's Amazon.com. I think it's /mainstream Reiki or something like that. But yeah, and I mean, I can't just teach a whole thing of crystal grids right now. I hope that's helpful in some way for you, Madhavi. But yeah, follow your guidance, and crystals are helpful. Just cleanse them, charge them with Reiki, and set your intention for your grid as you work with it and offer it Reiki. Let's see. Oh, yeah, 10 more minutes. Can Reiki heal my chronic illness? Hi, Sam. I like your little picture there. That's really cute. Um, so Reiki can heal your chronic illness. Will it heal your chronic illness? I do not know. Nobody can really say how the Reiki will help you, but there are many possibilities of how Reiki heals. Reiki can help us physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. So, if we have a chronic illness, Reiki might help us with reducing pain associated with your illness. It might help you with acceptance that about the chronic illness, which might allow you to feel more at ease and more accepting of your situation, which in and of itself is a healing, right, that has occurred. Reiki could help you physically so that the chronic illness actually goes into remission or heals completely. So, are there any other things about that that I would want to say? So, I think I've offered 3 ways Reiki might help in that situation. So, I think that that's a good um, array that I've mentioned. So, it can help you with acceptance or just be less resistant to what's happening with you, which can open up the possibilities for your healing. It can help you physically with the actual illness. I mean, at the cellular level. Okay, um, and it can help you. I forgot the third one. Anyway, I don't know. I think you get my point here. I still have Reiki brain, but will it cure it? We don't know. So Reiki works in mysterious ways, and I hope, I wish you deepest healing and highest blessings with whatever it is you're going through, Sam. But Reiki can always help, and it never hurts. So why not, right? Oh, Jan, thank you. She said Reiki can help you mentally not be owned by the illness. Yes, or not think that that's, yeah, you know, who you are. Yeah, nice, nice. Yeah. Let's see, we've got Jennifer's question. How many levels of Reiki training have you received? Oh, so, well, I've taken Reiki 1, Reiki 2. I've taken, in the old days, we had advanced Reiki training, which we that's not part of my style of Reiki anymore. And then master training, and then Karuna Reiki on top of that. So then I've also taken and teach uh, Animal Reiki 1 and 2 and Master. So it's a lot. I have taken and retaken training as well with different teachers because I think that that helps us learn more, experience more, and have a wider perspective about things. So I hope that that answered your question, Jennifer. Nico, can you do a Reiki session for OCD for my teenage daughter? I'm unable to find a therapist here where I stay, and they say that unless she agrees, I cannot take her. Oh, like they won't treat her without her permission? Let me read that again. Can you do a Reiki session for OCD for my teenage daughter? I am unable. So, I'm going to be doing a mental health series here on the YouTube channel, and OCD is on my list. And so you can engage that way. I personally don't offer individual Reiki sessions anymore. I do mentoring and channeling sessions for people. So that is on spiritual topics, that's Reiki topics and Reiki business. So that's the way I'm helping people now. And then as far, so I don't do individual Reiki treatments, but I'll be making a video. So watch the channel. But, ethically speaking, a practitioner, I would say, uh, that's very common for an ethical practitioner to say they won't do a session on her unless she is wanting a session on her. Okay. It- because that's just an ethical thing to do. Yes, Reiki respects free will and that kind of thing. And so if you wanted to, I can, add her to my grid, which is a way to generally support her. And if her higher self can accept that support or not, but to do a one-on-one session with her for a particular illness or condition, I would say it is ethical for a Reiki practitioner to not do that unless it is with her consent to do that. I hope that that makes sense. But the video on the channel will be there and perhaps show that to her. See if she might be open to that. Because that, what I find is people watch videos and they'll have an experience through the channel with one or more of my videos, and that opens the door for them. And that helps them find a practitioner and be open to the possibilities that Reiki might offer them. And so doing the videos can be pretty, can have benefits that we might not even, really foresee. So perhaps invite her to do that when that comes out. Thanks, Nico. Nico. Oh, oh, Nico, you said you're in tears. Please let me know what I should do to allow you to add her to my grid. Uh, just what's her first name? What's her first name? Nico, Nico. I like to use people's names because, yeah, just type that in for me, Nico, and I will put it in there. Yeah. Great. Rachel says, I've taken my level 1 Reiki. I'm concerned that I will absorb negative energy. Oh, I got it. Ananya. Ooh, that's beautiful name. Beautiful. Okay, Rachel. You've had level 1 and you're concerned that you're going to absorb negative energy. Any advice? Ooh, this is my tough love segment. All right, here we go. Decide you're not going to do it. How about that? Decide you are sovereign in your energy and you don't take on other people's stuff. Why should you? So all right, let me put a little bit more on that. Okay. So number 1, you're a channel and you're bringing through the energy and you're offering it. I'm totally serious when I say make up your mind that it's a one-way flow. Trust the Reiki energy to do whatever it's going to do. What does that mean? Do not be hooked into or attached to any certain outcome that needs to happen, because that can cause us to open up and to form a connection energetically with that person because we want them to receive a certain benefit, or we want them to believe that the Reiki helped them, oh, I know Reiki works. I want you to believe it, kind of thing. And here's the thing. If you practice Reiki and you trust the Reiki and your intention is, because Reiki works perfectly the way it's supposed to work, you're just getting in the way if you think you have to take on anything from your client. Does that make sense? Just trust the Reiki and let go of any need to have any kind of outcome. Your responsibility is to yourself first. And that's for all people, not just Reiki people. Because when you take care of your energy, again, anybody, not just a Reiki person, when you take care of your own energy, first and foremost, you are healthier and you offer your healthy, balanced self in everything you do, in your relationships, period, the end. So nobody needs to sacrifice their well-being for anybody else. Let's all just take care of our own stuff. So have a clear intention, Rachel. Be sovereign in your energy. Trust the Reiki. You won't have a problem. Okay? Yes. Ooh, it's noon. Can we do one more question? One more question? I did this last time. Let's see, one more. Okay, Claire, do you have a book or can you recommend a book or something to watch to help me starting my own Reiki practice? Oh, have you seen the Mainstream Reiki YouTube channel? So, way back in the day, I actually started the channel to help Reiki practitioners. And so, those videos are a bit older, but there's some good stuff in there. Good stuff. Um, yeah, there's some really good stuff. The other thing that, let's see, a book or something to watch. So I would say check out those early videos on my channel. There's a whole playlist and it's got some really good stuff. The other thing I'm going to tell you, there are some Reiki business books out there, but to be honest, I don't really I haven't really studied them, so I can't really recommend them to you. I have a membership community, and we are redoing the not redoing, but we're improving what we call the pinnacle level, and it's going to be all focused on Reiki business success. And so we're working on that right now, and it'll be out in the next 2, 3 weeks. I'm thinking. So there's a lot going on behind the scenes there. But that level of the community is going to have training. We are already doing group mentoring in there for business, but it's really going to help people like you starting their own Reiki practice or growing their Reiki practice professionally to succeed, because that's where I see my value, how I can serve. Because if I can help Reiki people succeed in offering it to more and more and more people with sessions, with classes, with things like that, wow, that is so much more than I can do by doing individual Reiki sessions myself. So that's where I'm seeing my calling. And so I'm rising to meet that, or at least try my very, very best. And as part of that, um, I'll have a page on my website. I'm redoing it right now of featured practitioners. And those featured practitioners will be people who are dedicated to best practices, standards of practice, and who are pinnacle members, the new pinnacle members of that membership, because that's what we're going to be working on, bringing best practices, standards, very high quality to not only Reiki sessions, but everything that those practitioners offer. And so lots of changes over here at Mainstream Reiki, but good stuff. Good stuff. I really excited. The other thing too that you might check out is my podcast, Beyond the Reiki Gateway. We did some episodes in the earlier seasons about Reiki practice, I think, and there's probably some good business stuff in there too. But I would definitely start early on the Mainstream Reiki YouTube channel for sure. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Well, I think that's it. So it's a few minutes after. I want to thank you all for being here. I keep looking over at the chat, and you're so active and wonderful, and I see you answering each other's questions and stuff, which is, that's community, right? So whether it's here or in the Mainstream Reiki membership community, it's beautiful to see like-minded people interacting, supporting each other, helping each other. And I will take this video and I'll edit it. I'll add music to it, and we'll put out that earlier portion, the first half of our event. We'll put that out on the YouTube channel, so you can always tune in to that version, or you can always tune into this replay. Thank you all for being here. I hope you enjoyed today's Reiki share, and I guess I'll see you out in the ether, everyone. Thank you all for being here. It's been a joy. Highest blessings.